Good day, everyone. Welcome to today's section. Today we are going to talk about a pre-independence case, and it is quite famous in the history of Nigerian legal law. Now we are going to talk about the case between Adebayo versus Conde in 1938. Now we are going to discuss the facts or the background of that case. Adebayo versus Conde is a pre-independence Nigerian case decided in 1938, reported in the Nigerian Law Report. It is a customary law case involving a dispute between parties over rights, likely involving land tenure, succession, family property, or the related manner governed by customary law as it was applicable in then colonial Nigeria. The parties appeared before the colonial court, which at that time were tasked with administering justice in accordance with application laws, including customary law, to the extent that it was not repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. The case reflects the early development of Nigerian jurisprudence. Now we are going to talk about the issues bordering on that case. The issue centered on the identification and application of the relevant customary law rule applicable to the dispute between the parties, and whether the customary law claimed and proved was consistent with natural justice, equity, and good conscience, the repugnancy text then applicable to customary law. Now let's discuss or deliberate on the rules governing on that case. Under the Native Court Ordinance and subsequent legislation applicable in colonial Nigeria, customary law was applicable to transactions between Nigerians, provided it was one, not repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. 2. Not incompatible with any applicable status. And 3. Application to the parties concerned. Customary law was a question of facts and had to be proved by credible evidence. The court retained the power to refuse to apply customary law that failed the repugnancy text. Now, let's discuss the application to that rule. The court examined the customary law application to the parties and the transactions in dispute. Evidence was laid as the relevant custom, and the court accepts whether the custom was established and whether it satisfied the repugnancy text. Whether the application customary law was proved and did not offend against equity or good conscience, the court applied it to determine the rights of the parties. The relative positions and rights of the parties under the application custom were then assessed against the facts. Now let's discuss or deliberate on the conclusion to that case. The court resolved the dispute by applying the application customary law. Adebayo versus Conde is significant as an early illustration of the administration of customary law in colonial Nigerian courts, and demonstrate the interplay between received English law and indigenous custom in the Nigerian legal system. It continues to have historical relevance in understanding the development of Nigerian customary law jurisprudence. I want to thank you for being part of today's section. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.